Alright, we're unmuted by the way on the stream, so
Oh, cool.
just FYI. So when we get into the game, we'll just get started.
Let me just am I hosting your stream now?
Oh, you've
Yes.
you've brought up my stream, have you?
I was hosting you, host Mike Le Phoenix. I can't spell Phoenix. I'm an idiot. Okay, I should be hosting you now, I think.
Alright, well,
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, no technical issues. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Positive Conduct Discharge versus Nicky Cage Fighting Club. I'm here with my analyst Float On. We're getting into the draft
Hello.
of game 2. Float On, how's it going?
It's going very good. The first game wasn't particularly close. Nicky Cage Fan Club pulled out a very impressive. Hopefully, we'll get something a little closer. PCD didn't really pull out the most sensical draft. Let's see if they have some bear tricks up their sleeve.
Yeah, and we can see Lone Druid, very popular ban. So first ban out. Nobody seems to want to play against Lone Druid, who's been nicknamed Lone Sniper recently, with the added range bonuses for the talent. And
Yeah, oh, go on.
I don't know.
Continue.
Please, after you.
I was just about to say it's kind of interesting because Lone Druid's kind of like I don't think people ever quite dawned with people how overpowered Lone Druid was in 7.01. He was so incredibly powerful. Like they slightly nerfed him, and the nerfs weren't nothing. Like they were decently sized nerfs, and he's still like probably the best carry in the game. He's so good right now.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Like you said, they nerfed him a bit, but it really made no difference. He's still doing the exact same thing he was doing in 7.01. We have Lifestealer and a Slider pickup, so Slider actually gets through the ban phase, which is surprising. So not surprising to see it first picked up, but then a Lifestealer. What do you think about the Lifestealer pickup?
The Lifestealer pickup, I think it's pretty. Discharge seem to like early kind of ganking teams, like first pick last game. Lifestealer, I kind of theorized back in that draft. I think Lifestealer is kind of a better version of Clinks right now. He gets strong early, he ganks with his team, he gets kills, yada, yada, yada. But this time the Lifestealer wasn't banned, so they immediately, with a Vengeful Spirit combo, it's very, very intimidating for a team to go up against Daniel. It's like a lot of damage, a lot of initiation.
And the Vengeful Spirit pickup. Now, this hero was being played as a bit of a carry sometimes, but I believe this will probably be just a position 5 Venge. It was interesting enough to see it being played as a carry in some games, which apparently was quite effective, but pretty good support herself as well.
Yeah, the cool thing about Venge carry is it doesn't even because it's always going to because the enemy team can't predict it. You can never prepare for it because it's like you see Venge and you see this hero that's like a really good support and a good carry, and you kind of have to ignore the carry part. Get a first phase Venge pick. You kind of just have to open up to the fact that we might just get like side slammed by the carry pickup, and then you can pick up a really powerful support that no one's expecting. You can get like a really good team that your opponent wasn't expecting. But we're not really getting that here. They're almost certainly going to be carry unless they're pulling some amazing jungle shenanigans.
And there's a hero we haven't seen in a bit, Shadow Demon, which dropped off a bit as of late. And straight away you can see the Luna ban as soon as you see the Shadow Demon pick up. Where do you...
Continue, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you anyway. How do you see them playing the Shadow Demon?
This Shadow Demon mid is actually very scary. I don't think it'll be a Shadow Demon mid. I've seen that a little bit in some high level pubs, and it can be scary. Shadow Demon support is always good. It's just he's not a lane dominating support. Phase is actually the main reason you pick him up these days is for his disruption, which with Slider is very, very good because you can get like this range disable and then chain it with a slather stun, and it's very miserable for the opponent to go up against that because it's so much guaranteed stun.
Yeah, and they've got Oh, wait a minute, Nyx Assassin. So this is a bit of a dangerous hero. I'm not sure where they're going to lane this. Probably in the off lane, I'm assuming. But Nyx Assassin, obviously, very quick to take out any soft supports, and with this might cause a bit of a headache for the Radiant end.
It could cause an annoyance for them. I think this is like a preemptive counter for like a Mirana. We see the Mirana pick up. I personally don't think the Nyx pick here is particularly strong. Shadow Demon is one of the only squishy supports you can deal with Nyx because you get hit by the Vendetta and you can immediately yourself and wait for your team to come and help you. So I think the Nyx pick can be quite annoying. It's pretty good against Mirana, but I think they might be underestimating Shadow Demon with their Nyx pick.
Yeah, and we should mention, by the way, that it was Nicky Cage fan club did take the first game, so we can't count these guys out because the game was quite a bit of a stomp, and so we can't really count out these guys no matter how the draft goes. And I think we're looking at we're seeing positive conduct discharge. They're going for something completely different now because their draft last game just did not work. That Spectre just required too much, and they just finished the game too early. And and a Baton pickup. That's interesting. So this is a position for a Baton, or
it could be. They could do some really tricky stuff with their lanes here because Nyx is not the right position for. He's not great. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it particularly. But Abaddon can play offlane and Nyx can play support, so it's like I think it will be Abba support Nyx offlane, don't get me wrong. They could definitely try and screw with Nicky Cage fan club if they see an opportunity for it. And Slark pick. Okay.
I mean that's a very safe carry to pick on the Slark. And what do you think about it? What are we gonna see here with the Slark?
I think the Slark pick is actually extremely clever here by Nicky Cage fan club because he's a really good hero. His only weakness is in the very easy to tell. But look on positive conduct discharge teams, like the offlane, the offlane options for them are Nyx Assassin and Abaddon. Those are both kind of passive offlaners. It's not like they have like Timbersaw or Centaur Warrunner, like somebody kind of scary that could maybe kill your carry. Like even if these guys have a good lane, they're just going to be being kind of relaxed. They're not going to be killing Slark. So Slark's biggest weakness as a hero is kind of negate. So he could go absolutely berserk this game.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, they don't look like they have much to contest a Slark with. So like you said, it might be an exact replica of what happened last game, where they just let the carry farm on the safe lane too long, and hopefully that's not the case for positive conduct discharge. But we'll have to wait and see on what their last pick is. They appear to want a mid hero, and do you see something in particular that might be what they need?
This is where I really think I think is very worrying for positive conduct discharge because Miranda can be played excellently as a position 4 roaming support and as a mid. And if you look at Cage Fangler's team, I have no idea which it is. Like watching this right now, it could be either. So positive conduct discharge, they will get the final picks, they will get a chance to react to it, but they won't get the luxury of knowing until this could be a mid-final pick for Nicky Cage, or it could be a support, and I could genuinely see either.
We'll have to wait and see. They haven't got too much time left for it, but I'm quite intrigued myself. 55 seconds reserve time. So, I mean, at this stage, you're definitely... I mean, I'm seeing that the draft is being won by the Nicky Cage fan club at the moment. You'd probably agree.
I'd probably agree. I think the only out positive conduct discharge have for winning this draft is if they do pull some kind of crazy like swerve with a Nyx Assassin support and an Abaddon offlane. Not saying that would be good, but it could throw people off. We see a Sand King support. I don't like this very much, to be honest.
This is strange. So Shadow Demon Sand King, and then a Slardar off lane, and then Mirana mid. Is that what we're looking at? A Slark safe lane?
It could be a Sand King off lane Slardar. I think it will be the way around you said. Sand King support is quite possibly, in my honest opinion, the weakest support in the early game in general, like up there with Omni Knight. But at least Omni Knight can like save a carry. Like Sand King, all he has in like the first couple of levels is Bow Strike, which is very short range. And unlike, say Earth Spike from Lion or oh my whoa.
Jesus. My goodness. Well, I mean,
Okay.
what are we expecting?
Okay.
What are we expecting here?
It's probably Arc Warden mid. I'm just gonna say I don't think Positive Conduct Discharge have a good draft. I hope they win though, because I like Arc. This is the first Arc Warden of Echo League, by the way.
Oh, well, this is exciting then. Let's hope no technical difficulties happen, because I actually want to see what happens here. I haven't seen an Arc Warden being played in this league, and like you said, it's the first time. But I don't know how good this is going to be. Like you said, you still don't favor their draft.
No, I don't. It's like I think a problem with Positive Conduct Discharges drafts in general. I'm not trying to put down the team or anything. I'm just talking about the draft given. They don't seem to have much of their AOE in game one was very. All they had was Invoker, and he kind of didn't really get to do too much in this game. Like in terms of AOE control, they're lacking again. And I don't know. I definitely favor the Radiant draft, but Arc Warden can be like, if this guy's a good Arc Warden player, and like there's no way Nicky Cage fan club at all. None.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll go through the drafts quickly. I'll go through the Radiant, you go through the Dire. So we've got TT on the Slardar. Happy Moocow, who I think's going to be mid. This is going to be mid Sand King, I think.
Oh god.
Is on the Sand King. We've got a Pew Pews on the Shadow Demon. We've got Nightfall again on the carry Slark, and we've got Nork on the Potom. So what I'm thinking, Float on, that this is going to be a roaming Shadow Demon Potom combo. Do you agree?
That it could definitely be that. Roaming Shadow Demon Run is very, very effective. We actually have a smoke coming in from the Dire right now.
Yeah.
This is actually quite smart because Flux, if you're not familiar, I play a little bit of Arc Warden. Flux is one of the best skills in the entire game, level 1. It's so powerful. Just read the stats on it, the slow, the damage. If you're not surrounded by creeps, it's huge.
Yeah, and I think Pew's dead here. He cops the stun as well from Nyx, and he disrupts himself, but there's no way he's getting out. And definitely Shadow Demon dead. That's a first blood to Ducky Man of all people. And that means 3 bounty runes as well. And I mean, we didn't even get a chance to go through the die, so do you want to quickly go through the die draft?
Okay. We have Himtor on the Nikes and the life. We have Hyung on the Abaddon. I'm afraid I cannot pronounce the Arc Warden's name. It is in Asian characters. I can't really read that. We have Johnson on the Nyx, and we have J Ducky Man on the Vengeful Spirit.
So with the mid lane, it's actually Nork on the Potom right now up against Arc Warden. So I was completely wrong, but who do you think wins this mid matchup? The Arc Warden or the Potom?
It's kind of interesting because Arc Warden getting you out of position. If you're Arc Warden punishes bad play. The way Flux works, it only deals its full damage, which is insane if you're not near ally units. So if you're kind of on your own in the middle of the river, it's absolutely devastating. But in lane, it's useless. Like if you use on Mirana right now, it would. But I would still favor Mirana. I think she's just a more stable.
Yeah, we'll have a look to see how it goes. I mean, there's a dual off lane for the Nicky Cage fan club. We've got Happy Moocow on the Sand King and TT on the Slardar. So this is we were completely wrong with the lanes. They've completely gone a different way, and you can see Shadow Demon Pew. He's sitting there with Slark, making sure he's alright. In fact, he's trying to pull the lane, but he's just missed it. And Nightfall, he'll just be farming. So we were completely wrong. I really thought they were going to go the Shadow Demon Potom combo, but it's not going to be the case.
It's strong. I think this dual offlane is quite intelligent by Nicky Cage fan club. Like they recognize, and makes me like Sand King pick up because they've recognized that the Slag is not in danger. There is zero way this Nyx will kill this Slag without help. So that what they're doing is they're pooling their resources down the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it looks like Happy Moo Cow, he might be in trouble. He's been slowed up, now he's stunned through them, and I don't think they're going to be able to chase up for the kill. Ducky Man was nowhere near him for the stun. So they let it go, but the top lane's probably the one to watch, I think.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be, they've even got they've got the dual stuns as well, so I don't think it's going to be easy for the Dire to be able to get any kind of kill on one of these heroes.
Yeah, it's definitely the bomb lane is quite stacked. Actually, we have Nyx Assassin coming in mid.
And Potom, I think he'll go down here. The Wraith as well. So that's a good little kill. He picked up the haste, made a good rotation, and like you said, the Flux.
That was very effective.
And the Flux did a lot of damage as well. Well, and mind you, top lane looks like TT, who actually will get taken down. And Happy Moo Cow, he couldn't do anything about it because he didn't have the mana for the stun. So
he probably wouldn't have stunned anyway. It would have been a mistake. Boa Strike is like people don't really realize this. Boa Strike level 1 is actually a really bad skill. The range is terrible on it. It's like he couldn't like play around with it. He couldn't use it to like stun and then get out himself. It's basically like a lion stun that you put. You need the levels to get the range on it. So even if he had the mana, he just had to let it. But that's that's worrying. It's worrying that their doing is already going kind of wrong for them.
Yeah, and it's not going to look too good. Actually, Nightfall, he might make a jump here onto Nyx. He gets the pounce, and the Carapace is used, but I think he's in trouble here. No, actually, he'll walk away. He got a good stun onto Nightfall, and there was no Dark Pack to follow up to try and cancel it off. And top lane, they found VS, so Happy Moo Cow, he'll be the first one to jump. TT, he's coming in for the follow-up stun, but Ducky Man looks like he'll be okay. He's backing off, and he'll just walk back to the tower.
The reason Vengeful Spirit on the Vengeful Spirit there, they were kind of relying on the early point in Caustic Finale from the King to kind of lock her down and guarantee the stuff, keep her in place. But the boots just meant she had the movement speed advantage even after being slowed. So that's just a great example of how trial lanes can go. Like they pick up an early kill, their supports get enough money to get like a move, can kill them. So that early kill already coming to bite them in life.
And I'm not sure, because we're generally with these kind of with Slarders, we generally wait for the Blink Dagger, but it looks like Happy Moo Cow is going to be the one farming the lane, and they're actually going to have a go onto him again. He makes a stun throw onto 2, but there's a follow-up stun from Ducky Man, and I think he might go down. No, Happy Moo Cow, he uses the Sandstorm and he actually walks away. That was a good play from him, and actually TT, he TP'd out by that point, so he wasn't even able to help. Not that it was necessary anyway.
I'd just like to point out that in the mid Arc Warden, which is this is actually insane. This is a great Arc Warden start. Actually, I think Mirana's dead.
Oh yeah, the Flux and the Wraith. Oh no. Well, I mean, so Arc Warden we can clearly define he's a good player on the Arc Warden. What item build are we looking out for? Because it's not like it used to be.
You can't go the Divine Rapier kind of cheese build anymore. It just doesn't work. Actually in the top lane, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nakes, he's in a bit of trouble, and he gets the shield up from Abaddon, so he'll be okay. But Hayoung, he's chasing, and Ducky Man's there as well. He's already used a stun though, and there's another stun from Happy Moo Cow straight onto the Nakes, and the tower will take him out. In fact, Himta gets the kill. And mid lane looks like Nork, he was going for a go onto the Arc Warden, and bot lane they dove the tier 1 to get the Nyx assassin. So Johnson, he gets taken out, and my goodness. Things are going on all around the map, Floaton, and we can't actually keep up.
I know this is actually a way more action-packed game than game 1. Bit unlucky there by the Arc Warden. If he better where to put the Spark Wraith, Mana would be dead right now. The build for Arc Warden, you still get Midas every game, I'd say, because being able to use it twice, get twice the gold, twice the Arc Warden kind of plays a little bit like. Actually, Mirana.
Oh yeah, the Flux and the Wraith. He's just out of range, but Nyx, Johnson, he's chasing. He can just get the stun off. No, he'll just make the physical hit. And that's another good play. I see what you mean when you say Flux is a really good skill, because that's a lot of damage and a lot of slow it does.
It's really good. Like the way you kind of it is, it's kind of like a Shadow Demon ult, except with a downside. It's like the downside is the damage turns off if you're near allies. But if you're not near allies, it's really as good as a Shadow Demon ult in like.
Oh, Happy Mukau, he's in trouble here. Himta, he's chasing. They already used a stun from Ducky Man. And they're going around the trees. They're going to try and meet him at the end, but I don't think there's going to be a follow-up stun. No, there isn't. And Happy Mukau, he'll TP out. And there'll actually be Slaughter who TPs back in. And have you noticed since the last update the TP display when you TP to a tower?
Yes, I actually like, because it's very helpful for offlaners in particular, because you can, when you're playing the offlane, you mess with your opponent and like give them as possible. So being able to like safely TP into the like the trees without like accidentally TPing into the wrong thing is very helpful. I think it's a nice little change.
It is interesting. It kind of shocked me when I first saw it. I thought it was a bug, and I thought what the hell's going on here? But apparently it's on purpose. You can see Johnson. He's actually making a chase for Pew Pew on the Shadow Demon, and he'll back off. He is in Vendetta though, so he'll probably want to make something happen from it. I was going to say he's looping around to Nork. And Nork might be in trouble here. But he's just waiting for the right opportunity. There's the first Spark Wraith.
Over the Radiant coming in.
Yeah, the Flux is there. And there's Johnson. He's going for the... Oh no, he misses the stun. And Nork, he's still in trouble though. The Spark Wraiths are coming out. But I think they might take out Johnson. And the bottom did end up going down anyway. Now Nyx, he's still alive, mind you. Shadow Demon was trying to help him out. And Hyong, he's there as well. He'll get taken out. PCDC, I mean, I should say Arc Warden. He's still there. VS, I don't know what she's doing there, but she's getting taken out. What did we just see?
We just saw a team that literally Arc Warden. Like, the Mirana, I don't want to dog on the player. The Mirana is not playing around Flux properly. The smartest thing the Mirana did in that fight was actually leap into the creep, because it turned off Flux. But then, like, when she was scared, she kind of left again, and then the Spark Wraith reapplied Flux, and she just got completely destroyed. She got taken down from half HP solo by the 10% level. She might die here.
Yeah, she's copying it again, but she commits the ultimate, and now they're looping around. Like you said, it doesn't appear that she's playing too well around the Arc Warden. And Arc Warden actually, though, he might get caught out. He gets stunned, and a double stun, and an arrow, so killing spree given away. And he definitely wasn't expecting that, but he probably should have been aware because the Potom ultimate had just been used.
I think that might have been some by the Arc Warden. It would have made a lot more sense if you moving, like, because what you want to do with Arc Warden is you want to keep your, like, maybe it would make sense. Like, he's trying to, like, pick up the room with his main hero while farming with Spark Wraith. I don't know. But he already has his Midas before. Very, very.
I thought they were going to go on Happy Mukau at the top lane. You can see Nakes is actually in a Centaur. Just running around casually in that neutral creep.
And you need Helm of the Dominator.
And they're just going to let Happy Mukau stick around. That caustic finale is very painful. And we'll have a quick look at the net worth graph. See what's going on. It's relatively even. There's only about 500 gold disparity between the two teams. So the Dire are in the slight lead. I'm positive. Yep.
Apologies. I think the thing that just hit me. If you go on the net worth, like the chart on the left, look who's on top.
Yeah. We saw this before.
Yeah, we've been ignoring this last game, and pretty clear that the Dire have been ignored. Whoever this Lark player is extremely good at just kind of casually, quietly farming. It's like his team is very good at making space for him, and he's all for gold.
Yeah, well, he's absolutely fantastic because, like you said, we weren't even paying attention to him. So he's clearly very good at staying off the map and making sure he gets the gold in, and he's at the top of the net worth by 5k. So he's a very happy man. Pew Pew, he's not too happy though. He's going to be found by Himta, and he does use the disruption, but I think he still might get taken down. No, No, the Arc Warden's there, so he'll have no chance. And he did have some teammates coming in, but they were too late. And they might even find Happy Mukau. He's backing off. And even at the bot lane now, they found Nightfall. And Johnson, he gets the Vendetta hit.
This Nyx Assassin has been playing absolutely fantastically this game. He recognized that he wasn't going to be able to pressure the Slark properly. He got that very early haste, and that, for me, has completely defined the Dire's tempo of this game. He's just been constantly ganking mid. The reason the Mirana is so low on net worth isn't just because the Arc Warden's been playing well, although he has. It's because this Nyx has been such a nuisance, and he's making absolutely brilliant rotations. He has his own... Like, this Dire team, not only are they kind of pulling ahead in this early game, they're securing the late game.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go for a gank in mid. They've already set themselves up. They want Arc Warden again. And Arc Warden, oh, the stun misses from Happy Mukau, and he used the ulti. And now the Fluxes start coming out, and they're going to go for Slider straight away. The disruption's there, and Nakes has TP'd in, but I think Slider, he's actually backing off because nobody's trying to chase him except the VS, and she gets stunned up, so they're going to go now. TT, he's still trying to back off. Pew Pew's there as well, and the Shrine was used just to heal up a bit of mana. And that Wraith is still chasing. Now he'll TP up the hill, and I don't think they're going to stop it. No, they won't. He'll actually manage to get away. Meanwhile, Johnston, he's still chasing Pew Pew, but misses the stun, and the mana drain's there. But Pew Pew, he might actually be able to walk away from this. The arrow, no, the shield breaks, and they do get the kill. And that's one kill pretty much in that whole team fight.
That was actually... I think that fight was mostly down to the sound. It was very tricky max range, but he kind of choked it and missed the Arc Warden slightly, and that allowed the Arc Warden to summon his Tempest Double as a reaction. And the second he summoned that thing, the Radiant team just ran. Like the second they saw two Arc Wardens, like just the Arc Warden solo almost killed like Slardar just with like 2 spells. So nice play though. Like losing the. I think they're happy with that, honestly. Like, not happy, but like they should be proud that they got away with so few, losses.
Well, that's it, and you can see Nightfall. He's gone back to his old ways. He's just going to continue farming, and he's almost got the Shadow Blade. So we're probably going to see him rotate around the map once he's got it. I'm assuming that he's going to start making plays happen, because that's generally what we see with a Slark.
Yes, It's kind of strange because, like, if you look, like you said earlier, the Sand King is the one who's actually given the lane. He's actually initiating.
Yeah, and VS cops the arrow. Slider is stunned up as well, and Nyx, he's taking a lot of damage, but I think Slider's in trouble here, and he gets fluxed up, and oh no, disruption. He's still okay for the time being, but the Wraith, they'll come out, and at the end of the day, Hayoung will get the kill, and they're still going. The stun onto Potom. Johnson, he's trying to back off here, but Priest of the Moon, she did get taken down, so Nork goes down again, and that was a very good team fight for the Dire. 2 dead on the Radiant.
I gotta say, I've been kind of disappointed by this the Shadow Demon play this game. Not to not to personally criticize Pew Pew. He got an early point in Shadow Poison in the lane, and this just isn't the build you can go anymore. Shadow Poison, when the hero got nerfed, it was all of the nerfs were on Shadow Poison. His other 2 skills are great, but like, just look at the damage in Shadow Poison. It's not good anymore. Like, he's got 1 point in this. He doesn't even cast the spell invite. He knows he made a mistake with this ability, and it's really hurting him. Like, having level 2 disruption would be so helpful. He'd be on low cooldown. He could like sometimes use it twice in the fight, and he's actually just going to die here.
Yeah, he's going to get caught out, and Johnson with the Vendetta. Meanwhile, mid lane, I thought they were having a go onto Happy Mukau, but never mind, Arc Warden just using the Wraith. But still, like you said, Pew Pew, he gets taken out, and they're going to go for the tier 1 next, I think.
I don't want to question this Arc Warden because he's a way... I'm curious with the Blink Dagger pick. This is not what I would go. Partially because I couldn't handle the micro, but it's an interesting pick. This guy wants to fight, and I'm a little bit surprised.
Oh, and he's going to get caught out as well. Nightfall, he finds him as well as Happy Mukau, and they commit the ultimate as well, and I think he's definitely dead here. The Epicenter finishing off the job, and now he'll Shadow Dance. And Nightfall, he wants to keep going. He's waiting for the TP, and he keeps going. Now he rages, and he's starting to chase the Pounce away. Now the Potom ultimate as well, and he'll be okay. But that's one good little kill on the Arc Warden. And you were saying you didn't agree with the Blink Dagger. What else?
Yeah,
what else could he have?
He it's tricky. Like the item that I like, Agwood's such a rarely seen hero, kind of high level games and just pubs in general, that I think it just comes down to personal preference. I always build Dragonlance Maelstrom for kind of solid stats, the damage, the farming. The Blink Dagger, I just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense when you go Nyx in your team and Avenge. These guys are your initiators, you know?
Ooh, Potom, she gets swapped in, and Happy Mookow wants to come in for the stun, but they'll back off. And Arc Warden, he'll TP straight back into the mid. And it looks like he's actually trying to find Happy Mookow, and he does find him. Now Happy Mookow, he'll jump into the Roche Pit and stun himself out.
I don't know, like the blink pick. I'm just thinking of all the items like good on Arc Warden, and Blink Dagger just isn't there. It's just like I kind of get it. Like Blink fluxing somebody when they're out of position is very tempting, but like you could have an Orchid, and you could like double Orchid people with Tempest double.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say they're going so hard. They're trying to get Nork so hard, and now Johnson, he's in a bit of trouble. Shadow Demon commits the ultimate. Nightfall's there as well, and he might chase him. The Vendetta is used, and Johnson will be okay for the time being. But Nightfall, he's looking for a pick off. And they're going to find a Baton, and he might go straight onto the Arc Warden. In fact, he will know there's a blink away, and Hayoung, he'll get stunned up actually, so the TP won't be successful, and he'll get taken out. And that's a good kill for them, but Nightfall, he could be in trouble. The Vendetta hit and the stun, and Disruption just in time though. He might be okay, and he will be able to get out of there. And that was pretty much only one dead. A Baton's the only one to go down.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. It was unfortunate because I was sure the Nyx was going to pick up a kill on the Shadow Demon, like but I kind of get why he didn't have enough mana to do his mana burn after a stun, so I could kind of understand why he didn't go for it, and maybe should have. Like it's tough. He could have made that 1-for-1 if he.
And I was gonna say we barely missed out on a kill onto it was onto Himta. So they came, the Nightfall and some of his buddies came up to top lane, took out Himta, but the T1 tower ended up going down. It was denied though, so that was I guess a bit of a win for the way of the Radiant as well.
Slack has an Echo Saber already.
Yeah,
this guy is definitely the star player of his team.
He's farming very
so
well.
Good at getting these items.
And Pew Pew, he's in trouble now actually. Nyx is chasing him up, and he will get taken down by the Wraith. And Johnson, he's copying a lot of damage from Nightfall, but Ducky's there with the stun. Now the Wraith, it doesn't get triggered, and they'll just let it go. They just pick up the Shadow Demon, and Pew Pew, he'll have to sit on the sidelines for a bit, and they'll go for the T1 and mid. I mean, who do you think has got the more late game orientated lineup?
It's definitely Arc Warden. Arc Warden, in terms of, I think Arc Warden possibly. It's very hard because there's so little like data on Arc Warden. But in terms of raw late game power, Arc Warden might be the strongest carry in the game. He might be because, like, you fill him with active items like Orchid, Bloodthorn. You give him like a Majonia. You give him a Butterfly, and it's not like Lone Druid where you kind of have two heroes. You literally have two heroes, like actives and all. It's like full stat benefits. It's really, really insane. Slack is very strong, but like the problem is like Slack can never 1v1 the Arc Warden in the late game because he's finally gotten the Maelstrom, but in the late game, like Slack jumps on the Arc Warden and the Tempest Double will just destroy him. Like even if he like does a huge amount of damage on the Arc Warden, Tempest Double is, a full hero.
Ooh, and look at this, Johnson. He's got Nyx infested inside of him. And there's no T1 to scout this out, and Nork will be the target, I think. Pew Pew's there for disruption. No, they actually see him, and the stun comes off. Now the sentry's down, but all the Dire are there, and what a beautiful double stun from the Sand King.
Oh, damn.
Oh, and Johnson.
Oh, my.
My goodness, that was actually triple stun from Happy Mookow, and Nightfall, he's trying to fight it out, but he's copying too much damage, and he actually manages to invis away. I do apologize, that was the Nyx assassin with the double stun. And looks like they might even make a push for the tier 2. They did take 2 down. And I don't think Radiant can stop this.
I'm not sure if it's entirely fair to say this, but one of the smartest things that this game was giving Sand. This guy is very good at his hero, and he's matching, like, we've been talking about how good the Knicks have been playing this game, and Sand King's matching him blow for blow, like, in terms of how good their initiations are and their counter stuns. Like, the Slack's been doing all right. He's finally got his blink, but he's really lacking the presence of these other two initiators. I haven't even seen him use his Explosive Haze that much this game, which is kind of understandable because these fights have been so chaotic.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been easy on the Radiant, and we haven't commented really much on the items of the position 4s and 5s, but Happy Mukau, he's actually got a Blink Dagger and a 4-stuff, so the mobility is kind of crazy on him. And they're going to go for a smoke attempt now. Actually, top lane, Nightfall, he's found Johnson, but he does get stunned up. No Dark Pact available. And they might even find him, though. They are cutting through the jungle. And Johnson, no, he'll get out of there. He'll TP straight back to the fountain. And looks like they're just going to go for the tier 1 at top.
So something I would kind of... I know it's extremely weird to say. I kind of wish the player was playing the support role, and that's not a knock against Nog. I think Nog has actually been playing very well. These arrows have been great. It's just the farm isn't there. It's like a lot of these fights have kind of been salvaged for the Radiant because of these good Mirana arrows. Like a few times I've seen like Vengeful Spirit initiate on Mirana and it go wrong because of a good arrow. But the farm isn't really there, so this is kind of becoming a problem.
Yeah, and look at this, the top lane. The Potem uses the ultimate, but it looks like there's going to be a big collision here. Happy Mukau. He wants to go for an initiation. His team looks a bit unsure about it. And now everyone's just sitting around just waiting for the other to initiate. And looks like the Nicky Cage fan club, they'll just get the hell out of there. Not willing to initiate. Look at the wraiths that the Arc Wardens put down just in case there's a stun out from Sand King.
This is kind of the beauty of Arc Warden. In spaces where you know get in the way, you can just, it's kind of like techies, and oh no, the Sand King.
Yeah, they've caught him out, and they'll have to put up with that. They Vendetta from Johnson, like you said before, he's playing a very good Nyx. He seems to always be in the right positions at the right time, and surprisingly enough, he's going for an Aghanim Scepter, which isn't something we see too often on a Nyx.
I like it a lot. It's kind of a slow item. In fights like this, extremely good because it's hard to really explain. It turns Nyx into kind of like a Tinker hero, if you get what I mean. He causes so much chaos and confusion. It's like you become like this threat that like in the short term doesn't do much, but in the long term you're just constantly throwing out these ridiculous range stuns, these ridiculous kind of low cooldown mana, and I think it could definitely be good in a game like this.
Yeah, well, like you said, it does appear that they're willing to go to the lane. Actually, Johnson, he gets a stun onto Pew Pew in the mid lane. Then there's a follow-up stun from Slaughter, but now the Flux is there. And like you said, he is dead 100%. There's no way he's getting away from that. And bot lane, looks like Nightfall, he's man-fighting Himta. He does use his Shadow Dance, and I think the Snakes, he is armor toggling, but he will go down. And now Hyung, he'll be the next target. The Epicenter was used, but he's nowhere near him. And they're going to keep going. Now the ultimate triggered. And I don't think Hyung has much of a chance here. That being said, VS and Arc Warden, they're coming in from the back lines, but they'll have to back off. The Abaddon didn't last long enough, and that'll be the end of that one.
It's at this point I think I need to admit a bit of a bias with me as a caster. Abaddon is possibly the worst hero in the game right now. Like, he's the hero, but I actually like playing him, but I play him support quite a lot. But every game I see him, he never seems like in like a proper coordinated environment. Never seems to do it. Like, we've been talking and praising and commenting on every single player this game. And I think everyone's playing very well this game. I don't even think the Abaddon's playing bad. It's just like replace the Abaddon with like a Dazzle or an Omni Knight, and I think the greater. Up in the top lane, actually, Slack.
Yeah, he's looking for the Arc Warden. And he knows that the other one left behind was the Illusion. And what a blink away. Just in time before the hit came out.
Game sense.
Yeah, and it was perfectly timed, I've got to say. And it looks like they might rotate to the mid lane now. Arc Warden, he's got to be careful. There's a lot of heroes around. And it doesn't look like they're going to go for anything. But I guess the Wraiths are keeping a bit of vision. The Wraiths do give vision, don't they?
They do. They give it's kind of weird. It's a little bit like I'm trying to give a comparison. It's like, you know how a shrine gives vision where you can see something right on top of it. Yeah. It's kind of that kind of vision. It's ground vision is what it's called. It's not. It's like It's still good. It's like you can't use it to like scout effectively because they kind of have to walk in. But it's still good. It's like it's not as good as the Techie's Mine, for instance, but it's better than nothing.
Oh, and Johnston, he's vendetted up again. Nyx is inside of him, and he's looking for somebody in the jungle. And he's gonna find that they're all grouped up. They know what's gonna happen here. It's happened before. And Johnston quickly runs back up the hill because he doesn't want to risk getting caught out with the Nakes inside of him as well. And now he's gonna go on to Nightfall, I think. The Dark Pack's used as well, so the stun can't be cancelled. And my goodness, they're going back onto him though. And Johnston, he actually heals up somehow. And no, he'll go down Nightfall. He's trying to back off with the BKB now. Arrow comes out, hits the Nakes. And the Starford's dealt a hell of a lot of damage. And Happy Mookow gets a double stun again. And Hayoung, he's still going. Arc Warden, he's still going. But now Nightfall's there. And he'll take care of Arc Warden. He'll take care of Nakes as well. In fact, he does go down, but Nork take care of the rest. And Abaddon, he doesn't really have much of a chance left here. He'll get taken out. And that's a full team wipe.
What a godlike Sand King. Literally, this mid-game has been all about who gets the bear initiation and the bear stuns the Nyx for Sand King. The Nyx had a pretty good initiation. He found the Slack, he got him down, low. Sand King just absolutely crushed it, that fight. He completely annihilated. He got everyone in that boa strike, including the Tempest double. Absolutely insane. The epicenter damage was huge. This Sand King has been playing out of his mind.
And if we have a quick look at the team net worth graph, it's literally even right now. So the game is perfectly even in that sense. And it does feel a bit like both teams are coming back and forth. Johnston, he's going to find Nork, and he will. Oh no, he leaps away and missed the stun. Now the arrow. Oh, the Caustic Finale! And not the Caustic Finale, sorry, the Carapace. My goodness.
This game has been absolutely insane. This has been the Nyx did kind of mess up there by he should have mana burned after he came out of the Vendetta, but I kind of get it with mana burn. The have to do a little maths equation in your head with every hero on, so a lot of the time you just say screw it, I'll impale because I know they'll kill them. But I'm almost certain mana burn would have killed Moana. But he got the amazing Spike Carapace play anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That was pretty darn funny.
Interesting thing about Arc Warden though, extremely good at taking away Shan. Like he's on honestly he's on the level of Slardo and Ursa in my opinion, because Flux works on.
Oh, it does too. So that damage is kind of insane, and when you put on a Roshan that has no allies nearby, that's kind of funny actually. I never even.
Really good.
And look, he's sending the illusion in, and they'll take care of it straight away. Oh, Abaddon, he actually cops an arrow, and I don't know if they want to go on this. No, they will, but the swap out from Ducky Man, and he'll get him out there into safety. And looks like they want to back off now. It doesn't look like they want to go back in.
That was possibly a minor misplay from the Venge.
They found him again. And Slaughter, he finds him Nyx. He misses the stun. And Nightfall, he's trying to find somebody. He gets the Nyx. So Johnson, he's in trouble. He burrows down, but it's not going to help him. Himta, he's still going. But he's going to man fight against a lot of them. No, Arc Warden, he's taking care of Potom. Yep, Nork goes down. Happy Mookow, he's going to be careful as well. That's only the illusion as well, mind you. The real Arc Warden's in the back lines, and Nakes, he's infested in the creep, and they're not denying it. And he'll just walk out of there. So it's a 2-for-2 trade.
That fight was almost a complete dire, but once again, Nick's got an amazing Spike Carapace off. He completely prevented this King from getting a proper ulti on people. He just instantly stunned himself, and everyone kind of stunned themselves. He got a 3 or 4 man Spike Carapace stun. That was huge.
Yeah, that was definitely a big deal, and it saved them the team fight, because it did look like that it was going to be absolute havoc for them, and it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade. And we'll have a look. Hey,
I was about to say that fight was. I think the Venge definitely made a panic mistake by swapping out the Abaddon there, because what they kind of did was the Abaddon already going, so he wasn't going to die, and then Venge they wasted 2 ults to do nothing, kind of, and when the fight started, the Abaddon just died immediately. So that was kind of the reason why the Radiant were able to get a good start, but then the Nyx kind of made up for it with a great Spike Carapace, so it kind of ended up even. Yeah.
the thing is as well though, like we talked about before, it feels like the Radiant are on a bit of a timer because they're gonna go on this Arc Warden illusion, but it's not gonna mean too much. They're on a bit of a timer. They definitely don't have as good as a late game lineup, and although Nightfall's at the top of the net worth at the moment, it does feel like they kind of have to finish the game a lot earlier than the Dire have to.
Like, it kind of feels ridiculous saying. Like, here's the thing. Yes, Lark does have a slight lead in there. Really, who feels like more capable of winning the game? It's Arcwarden for me. Like, and bear in mind, he not only does he have less net worth than the Slark, but some of that net worth is a Midas, which doesn't really count. So he's actually like almost like 3k behind the Slark in net worth, and he still feels, at least to me, like he's having a bigger impact consistently. Like, this Arcwarden play is really...
Yeah, he's certainly spectacular, and they're going to find someone to bot. It's going to be a Nightfall, and I think he might be in trouble here. No Slaughter, he'll come get the stun, and Pew Pew, he'll be the first sacrificial lamb there. And Nightfall, he's trying to back off, and he will pounce away successfully. Arrow goes into a ranged Nakes, so it's not going to matter. And Nakes trying to find the stun, doesn't get it. Lucky leap from the... Well, not lucky, but there was a leap from Nork. And he'll barrel underneath the ground, and this is what you were talking about before. He can just sit there and just start throwing out stuns and mana burns, and they can't really do much about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like you look at their team right now. You look here at the Dire team, and you're like, who has the greatest potential to screw us over in a fight in terms of like disable or whatever? And it's the Nyx, right? But he's like the one hero you absolutely can't do anything about. One, he's technically in Viz still, so you can't actually target him with anything. Even if you put vision down, he has, what is that, like 40% damage reduction. So tankiest hero in the game right now. So it's like, it's absolute chaos.
And with this Deso, Himta, he's going to go straight for the tier 3, but they're jumping up onto him and he's copping a lot of damage. There's a good swap from the VS though to keep him safe. Now the Epicenter is being charged up, but the Sand King, he does go down. VS does get taken down as well. Himta, he's still going. And he does manage to take... Yeah, it does look bad. There's 3 down. And this is definitely at least 1 Rax, I think. And...
I don't want to harp on it too much, but it really feels like Shadow Demon dying. Like, when you're playing a hard 5 support, like the Shadow Demon is, he's probably the purest support in this game, in terms of just, like, he's lowest on net worth and stuff. But when you're playing that hardcore support, your job in a fight is cast your spells before you die.
Oh, and Himta, he's been stunned up. But that being said...
so low.
Yeah, the Spike Carapace though, and it stuns everyone up while he's burrowed. And I think Slaughter, he's going to get taken down here. He does let off a last stun, but they force another buyback from the Radiant side. Now Nork, he's in the middle of... he's in the back lines, and he's going to get taken out, actually. And that bottom, she doesn't have a buyback for 80 seconds. And I don't know if they can defend this. That being said, Nightfall, he's back. Himta, he rages just in time, and he'll just start hitting up on that tier 3 tower. And there is the SD ultimate, but it's not going to do too much. But Skyfall, he's dealing a lot of damage here. There's a stunning from the SK. They do manage to take out the Nakes. Now Johnson will be next, and they'll have to back off. So they didn't actually manage to get the tier 3.
That was very, very impressive. I don't want to dog in this play this game, but for the first time in this game, I think Slaughter was the MVP of that. Those crushes just constant, like you saw, it's like he would, he got his Force Staff, which is such a great item on Slaughter. He blinked in, kind of annoyed the Nikes. Nikes like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Force Staff out, blink again, another crush, and just constantly like taking them down, ruining their ability to push. They didn't even lose the tier 3. That is amazing play. Really saved them the game.
Yeah, that's the story of this game. Is it appears that it's the big stuns that are coming out from people like the SK, people like the Slaughter, and that seems to be what's really being the saving grace in these team fights. Even on the other end of the spectrum, we see Nyx pulling off these massive stuns, and these are the people we have to keep an eye out for, because once they get a double or triple stun, it really turns the game around.
Kind of fascinated.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say Arc Warden. He's picked up a Hex now.
I kind of like that. I personally would... Bloodthorn is kind of expensive. I get the Hex. I think it's a better item, though, on Arc Warden, because when you silence somebody and you get the guaranteed crits, both you and your Tempest double get that. Like, I personally think Bloodthorn's a little better. Interesting though, Slark has a Lincoln, so it's going to be a little bit hard for the Arc Warden to just like chain those disables in him.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard because he can, not only does he have the Lincolns, but he can Dark Pact it off as well. So, and then there's the BKB, but that can't be used after Hex. So there's actually a smoke attempt by 5. They're going the complete wrong way, but they've drawn the line out and they're actually pointing towards the Roche Pit. So they're looping around. They appear to know where the Radiant heroes are. And this looks like it's going to be a massive team fight. Nakes again infested into the Nick. So Johnston, he's going to be one of the front lines. And he's going to run straight into them. And Johnston, he's looking. Doesn't know who he wants though. Nightfall's there in the trees and they know they're there. Now Baron, he'll be seen. There's a stunner from the Slider, but this is going to be massive. Oh, they're grouped up though. This could be big from the Sand King. He gets the Epicenter and the stun off, but he's copping so much damage and the Nyx was underground the whole time. Pew Pew, he's backing off. He's been Yules'd up. Meanwhile, Hayoung, he's still fighting Nightfall, and I think Nightfall might go down here. Nork, meanwhile, he's been Spy Carapaced up, and he'll get taken out. It's a double kill for the Nakes. And in fact, that's 4 down, and the only one left that survived is Pew Pew, who's just running for his life right now.
This is what I was talking about with the late game. Like Sand King got like amazing initiation, great like 5-man epicenter. Like you'd think that'd be like that'd set them, but look at the dire team at this point. Like who cares about Sand King ultimate? Lifestealer doesn't care. He has immunity. Abaddon's Abaddon. He doesn't care. Arc Warden had a Photic Shield on him. Nyx has his Carapace and ridiculous damage reduction. It's just like the AoE damage isn't enough anymore. Like they're getting so tanky. Like the Hex actually gives Arc Warden a lot of health. He's pushing 2,000.
Nightfall, he's trying to find some kind of opportunity to defend this Rax, but he might actually get taken out here if he's not careful. And there's only 2 heroes up right now. Pew Pew's the other one, and they'll manage to get the Rax. And we'll see if they go mid or not. In fact, they will. They seem to think they're quite far ahead, and they really are. And the Dire, they're going to push for the second Rax. There are 5 heroes coming up now. The only one we're waiting on is Nork on the bottom. And no, they'll back off. They realize there's 5 heroes up, and it's not worth continuing to fight. And they'll be happy with that trade. Well, they've got 2 towers and a Rax, so they'll be happy with that. In fact, Arc Warden is using his illusion, and Happy Mookel. Yeah, look at the damage he's dealt, and they'll take that out. But I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. Like the fact that you can run in there for no cost whatsoever and almost kill another hero. And they're gonna go for the Roshan.
It's just insane. It's actually kind of interesting. Like, I haven't talked about talents much this game, but the interesting thing is, like, you see how much damage that Flux was doing. Arc Warden didn't go for the plus Flux damage talent, and that's how much damage it is. If he had gone for the plus Flux damage, that might have just killed Sand King. I actually assume it would have, personally.
And it's kind of insane because this is one of the heroes you have to watch out for. It's not what you'd expect. You'd never expect it to be drafted, but when it is, and you've got a spectacular player playing that hero, it could turn the game completely around for your team. And
it's kind of like now that now that Meatbow is kind of becoming more and more kind of popular. If maybe Arc Warden is the bow of today, you know, and big initiation, but no damage coming from Sand King.
Yeah, the burrow from the Nyx, and they do manage to stun up the Nakes. And the VS will swap him up. That being said, beautiful double stun from Sand King. And Slider was there as well, but there's no follow-up on it. And Himta, he'll just take out the second Rax, and I think they'll be happy with that, and they'll just back off with all their lives intact. And Nightfall, he looked like he wanted to go for a play there. Oh, what a beautiful stun, though. And Arc Warden, he'll revive. He had the Aegis the whole time. But I think they'll still be okay. Himta, he's thinking about it. And Nightfall, he'll go in. But look at the damage they're dealing to him. Oh, the Sand King. What a beautiful stun again. And they're still taking nobody out. Nightfall, he's still man-fighting all this, and he's copping too much damage. He might actually get taken out here. No, he'll survive through it. Sand King, sorry, Slider, he gets a stun off. And everyone's still alive through all this. Sand King now, he gets a stun off to Johnston. Johnston with a spiked carapace, and he'll just back off. And nobody's died yet, surprisingly enough. And now the Dire, they'll just back off out of the fight.
Very nice shrine usage, by the way. You know, they were on the verge. All of their heroes were kind of low at the same time, but they popped the shrine and just gained like huge amounts of HP and actually held on there. I've got to make it clear, like I was saying, kind of during the kind of wonky solo cast we were doing kind of last game because of technical issues. I was kind of saying that the Wraith King was kind of my MVP of that game. This game, it's got to be the Arc Warden, because how can you not? He's played the hero so incredibly well. But I want to make it absolutely clear that this Sand King is a god. He is so good. His hero has fallen off completely, like in terms of like disablers. Like he's so much weaker now than the Slack. But he doesn't care. He's making such. I think he got like four Mandela strikes now, over and over and over. Disables, and it's just crippling the die. They can't stop them.
It is that is the case, and I mean we also can't take away from Nightfall on the Slark, who seems to farm very fast. He just hasn't had the game he's usually having. And look at this, the illusion from Arc Warden, just pretty much making Slark back off. And they're gonna go for the bot lane now. And I don't know if Radiant are gonna be able to stop this. It's one final defense here. Happy Mukau, he was just scouting out what was going on. And Slark, he'll TP back. It's going to be another big fight here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to defend this though. Himta, he'll be the first one in. He'll use his rage and he'll just start hitting up on him. The essence shifts will start stacking up. And now there's a swap out of the Nakes. And the disruption as well. Epicenter failed a bit by Sand King though, but he still looks like he'll take out the Arc Warden illusion. But that's really all he got out of that Epicenter. Johnston's just borrowed down there. Now he'll Vendetta out. And they know the Epicenter's gone now, so I'm assuming they're going to be more than happy to run in.
Tempest doubles back in 12 seconds, and then they're at full strength again.
And look at this, they can't stop the Nakes. While he's in rage, they just can't do anything about him. The tier 1 will just go down. Or not quite yet, actually. They do fortify it. But they're not going to stop. The arrow, he does cop it though, and that's a long arrow. The stun in from Sand King as well. And yeah, the Arc Warden's dealing so much damage.
Almost killed Slardar. Almost solo killed Slardar.
And he's still going, mind you. And Happy Mukau. That's a double kill for Himta. They all go down. And I think this might be GG well played, because the Rax is almost gone. And yeah, that's another bottom down. They're buying back. They're trying their best to defend this. Yeah. And Himta, he's still full health. Abaddon's full health. Everyone's full health. They've got mega creeps now. And I appreciate the heart out of the Radiant team that they're not calling GG. They're trying to fight this. But my goodness, no, there's the GG.
Oh, damn. I was about to say it wouldn't actually have been like they kind of have a team that could have survived Megas possibly. Like Myrna is maybe the best hero in the game against Megas, because of the Ags. But it was definitely looking very very bad for them. I totally understand. Positive conduct discharge, like they had a very bad first game, but my god, this, like, I haven't like watched that many of the other Echo League games. If this isn't one of the games in the league right now, I'm so lucky to have casted this one.
Oh, it was an extremely good game. It's 1-1 to each team, so they do get away with a bit of a tie there, and that'll be it for this series. Flodon, do you have any socials you want to give out to people? Anything like that?
Oh shit! I accidentally left the game. I do not. Damn, I left. Just looking at the graphs here, like, my god, like this was a game of like two things. One, it was a game about Arc Warden. Three things. One, a game about Arc Warden, about a very farming Slark, and three, and most importantly, in my opinion, just some of the best initiators I've seen in like a non-professional Dota game. Like that Sand King and that Nyx, and even to some extent that Slardar, were absolutely incredible.
It was a fantastic game indeed, and we'll leave it at that. We're gonna head off now. There's no other series for us to cast. We'll be casting another one. I believe is it tomorrow we're casting another game?
Yes. Tomorrow we are casting. It's gonna be midnight my time. I like the morning. But yeah, we'll be casting, I believe, a North American Division C game, so kind of lower MMR players, but we could still see some incredible stuff, some kind of crazy plays.
Yeah, well, that's it. And look, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for Flodon for joining me, and until next time, guys, see you later.
You're welcome.